Hey, what's up everyone? The reason why I chose active night as the background to draw for this video is because it's been a crazy active night as far as paranormal and supernatural activity, shifting, and all of that. So I shared with you this evening some shifts that took place, and now you hear the fan running in the background. Well, there's some interesting things regarding the fan and other things that just happened. Okay, I was walking into the hallway, and as I was I was about to open the door, and first I heard a loud sound, a movement in the living room, and the cat ran after it. And then as I'm walking to the door, I go to the hallway, and then I open the bedroom door. I'm about to open the bedroom door. I reach my hand toward the doorknob, and the doorknob just turns on the other side and opens. My mom was already in there, and I had just asked her, basically. I asked her what she needed. She needed a bottle of water, so I brought her one, and I was going to bring her one, and as I'm going to open the door, it opens for me. Maybe it was through the power of my mind, or something else did it. I don't know. But the door opened. It just opened right up, and then I heard the doorknob click. And my mama was sitting right there. And she thought I did it because she was looking at the TV, and then she looked over, and I said, "I thought you were on the other side. I was expecting you to be on the other side opening the door." And it wasn't her. The door just opened by itself. And then I go walk back out of the door, and the cat is she's all upset. So then she walks almost to the doorway of the living room, and she keeps seeing something at the fan. She kept seeing something at the fan, and she kept growling, and she'll stop. She would run and stop at the living room and just look up. Just look upward. And she'll just stare and raise her head upward, and she ran back to the bedroom door. And then as I would walk with her, then she ran, and then would run again and just look and raise upward, just looking, staring at someone or something that I can't see, and would growl. And she didn't want to be left alone. And then I noticed as I went back and I told my mama about it, then I showed my mama she was doing that. And so then the cat followed me back to the hallway. Well, then she went back there and did the same exact thing and would growl back at the fan in the living room. So then she goes back to the hall and follows something while I'm at the bedroom door, and I'm noticing her follow something. And then she follows it to the wall and just puts her paws on the wall, just like touching the wall, like, I can't walk through the wall. She literally acted like she witnessed something walk through the wall, go through the wall. So then she's hitting on the wall and putting her paws on the wall, looking around with her head sideways, just looking like, can I walk through the wall? Like, what the heck? That's what the cat's looking like. Well, then after all of that commotion, I go back into the living room, and I notice the fan is turned off. The fan is off. Something turned the fan off. And here is the even stranger part. As I go to turn the fan back on, I'm trying to turn it how I usually turn the switch. And it won't turn that direction, because that is the off section. That is the off section. That's the off way now. Now I have to turn the fan switch the opposite direction to what I've always turned it to turn it back on. And there's 3 speeds. And I have to turn it the opposite way that I always turned it. So that's another shift, another change. And it's weird because the cat, she was staring at the fan. earlier, before that all happened. She witnessed a spirit, and when I was in the hallway, I went back into the hall, and I went into the restroom. I came back out of the restroom, and I noticed, and I felt this presence, and it grabbed my shoulder. It kind of just, I felt this finger hit my shoulder, touch my shoulder, and I was like, look, if you're not going to help me, please, we could really use some help, and if you're not going to, and you're not of the Holy Spirit, not going to help me, please, just stop bothering me, because this is weird. I haven't dealt with this in a while. I mean, I know you're there. I mean, it's obvious. I was like, please help. Because, we've just been dealing with a lot. We need to feel better, and there's so much, I don't feel like talking about all that in this video, but you know how life is. It can be crazy. But there's so much we need to do, and we need to feel better, and all of that. But yeah, something touched me, and then I walked back, and something pulled my hair. Something kept pulling on one of my hairs, and it would pull on my hair on my head, just pull on my head. And I said, look, could you please stop that? And then the cat is just, and I'm seeing things. It's like I'm on edge. I'm seeing and hearing things. Then I go outside of the truck and for a moment get something, and I'm coming back in, and I hear something across the road, walking and moving over there in the trees and bushes. Paranormal and supernatural is very active tonight. Tonight the moon went up. I took a picture of it. It was it's sideways how it should be. But the moon went up and went back down. I wish I could have recorded it. I should have, and documented the fact that, hey, the moon's going up in the west, rising in the west, and going back down. You'd think if something was moving at a steady rate, something would be, if it's revolving while we're rotating and all of that, you'd think if it was revolving around the earth normally, you'd think if it was a moon wouldn't stop. An object that's going at a steady rate it's going to stay in motion. It's not just going to stop. I mean, think of Newton's laws of physics there. It's not going to stop. And Newton's laws of motion. Stop and then go back around. Oh, I'm going to go back around now. I mean, something's not just going to do this. Like, here's the Earth. And then, oh, here's the moon. It's like, oh, let's see. I'm going up. And then, oh, I'm going to stop now. Time to go back around. I mean, you're going to go at a steady rate like that over and over and over and over. But that's not what happened. Anyway, yeah. A lot of spirit activity. The cat witnessed that. She was growling, staring. And then someone opened the door of the bedroom, or maybe through my energy it did, I don't know. And the doorknob clanked. Something tapped my shoulder, pulled my hair. And then the cat witnessed something and ran to the wall, and then kept touching the wall just like a mime or whatever. Like a mine trapped in a box, just that's what she was doing, just touching the wall, and turned her head sideways like whoa. After I heard a sound in the living room, and then I come back to the living room where she was staring at the fan, and then I sit down and the fan's off, and I'm thinking the fan was on, and I know it was because it was blowing like crazy, and I have to go turn the fan on. I'm going to turn it on, and the dial won't turn, the switch won't turn on the fan. Then I find out now it turns the opposite direction that it always did, even from a few minutes ago. So that's just a few of the craziness. It's been an active night, as I chose for the background of the title of this video. Crazy shifts, Mandela effects, paranormal activity, everything. So peace and much love. As always, this is Spaced Out Productions signing out. If you'd like to donate, and if you can, please feel free to do so. It helps out a lot. Thank you to those who have, and feel free to subscribe. Peace. Signing out. Bye.